Ano nga ba ang dapat gawin kung may nakitang bala sa inyong bag? Kaugnay po niyan, kasama natin ngayong umaga si Attorney Joseph Plazo na may ilang tips para sa modus na laglag bala. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Attorney.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
Salamat po sa inyong pagdalaw po rito. Una-una po sa lahat, simulan natin doon sa inyong article na isinulat, na marami na pong nag-share, marami na pong
Yes.
nakabasa, kumalat na rin po sa social media. Ito po ay tungkol doon sa paano nyo dedepensahan ang inyong sarili kapag merong naging biktima ng laglag bala, scam. Okay, so bakit nyo po ito isinulat in the first place? At does it really show yung much interest ng mga tao na dito sa isyong ito sa ngayon?
Yes, the reason that the article was written was there were several inquiries that were coming into my email address at the law firm. And after answering about 5 of those inquiries, I realized it might be better to make a FAQ of that on the internet as well. So I posted an article, I posted tips and a video to help you mitigate the issue and your concerns.
Alright, kapag nahulihan po kayo ng bala, ano ba ang mga posibleng ikaso sa inyo?
9516, illegal possession of ammunition, and this carries a heavy penalty. So if you are found with even a single bullet, you can face jail time.
At gaano katagal yung jail time po na ito?
It's about 1 year and a penalty.
1 year.
Yes.
Hanggang gaano katagal? Yun na yung maximum?
Yes, it is not like carrying an illegal possession of firearms.
Which is, ano yung sanction kapag ganun kalaki yung magiging krimen?
Illegal possession of firearms, this is similar to the case of what happened to Robin Padilla. This can go 6 to 12 years in prison.
Okay, pero ano naman po yung pwedeng ikaso natin? Yan, pinapakita po natin sa screen, no? Yung batas kaugnay naman po dun sa mga naglalagay ng bala sa mga bag.
This one, are you talking about the penalties against the person planting the evidence?
I-discuss po natin yung batas at ano ba yung penalty. Nakita po natin kanina na pwedeng reclusion perpetua yung maging
Yes.
kaharapin na sanction, na parusa ng isang taong naglalagay ng naglalaglag ng
Apo.
bala.
Yes, this 10591 would provide you with a reclusion perpetua as well as perpetual disqualification from government service. And this is not just the only RA that you'll be in violation of. You will also be in violation of Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. And you can also be charged with extortion. So a whole slew of laws will be violated by the individual who is planting evidence against you.
Bago po natin ipagpatuloy kung ano yung mga dapat gawin, kung ikaw ay nakitaan ng bala. Gusto ko rin din pong ma-qualify yung live ammunition versus yung kanina. Meron din tayong article or item na sinasabi na pinalitan ng patay na bala or slug na lang, wala na yung pulbura.
Yes.
Ano ba yung difference nito kapag ba slug lang yung nakita sa'yo, hindi na ikaw, kumbaga hindi ka nakakasuhan. Live ammunition lang yung maaring ikaso maaring makita para kasuhan ka ng illegal possession of live ammunition. Tama po ba yun?
Opo, at there is really no difference. The law does not distinguish whether it is live ammunition
Okay.
or if it is dud ammunition without the powder inside. So the penalty is more or less...
The same?
yes.
Okay, so kahit na slug lang palang nakita sa'yo,
Opo.
ay hindi ka, kumbaga, makakalusot dun sa batas.
Yes, which is why there is a move right now in Congress to appeal this law, but it will still take some time.
Nakakapagtaka lang din po, kasi karamihan doon sa mga pinakita natin, may edad, yung nakitaan ng bala, yung iba naman estudyante. So kung tutusin, parang they don't really fit the profile ng karaniwan na nagko-commit ng illegal possession of live ammunition. Bilang isang abogado po ba, meron bang distinction sa batas kung hindi ka nag-fit sa profile or talagang walang distinction at all?
Sa batas po, the law would look at your motive. Often the motive would determine why you committed the crime in the first place. So if there is no motive, then you would be raising reasonable doubt, shedding reasonable doubt as to the presence of the bullet in the luggage. And that can be raised in court.
Kasi yung iba naman, ang nagiging kanilang dahilan, yung cultural values ba o tradition ba ng ilan na anting-anting. Pag ganun, makakalusot ba yung ganun? Kasi ang sinasabi mo, tinitignan yung motive for bringing an ammunition.
Yes.
So, may lusot ba yun sa kaso, sa maaaring sanction kapag halimbawa ikaw ay nagdala ng isang bullet dahil sa paniniwala mo, maaaring makaligtas yon sa iyong buhay, sa anumang kapahamakan.
Religious beliefs po does not excuse you from following the law. So if you brought it, you had full intent to carry it, and you did it because you felt that it would protect you or you had religious beliefs about it, then you would not be excused from the law, you would be penalized. Pero sa mga nangyari po, I don't believe that a 19-year-old girl and a 60-year-old OFW would be bringing a bullet for the purposes of anting-anting. It is highly questionable and irregular.
So talagang meron lang talagang intention, kumbaga, sa nakikita ninyo doon sa mga ibinalita, may intention talaga to really bring that ammunition.
I don't think many of these individuals complaining did bring the ammunition.
Okay, puntahan na po natin. Ano yung mga tips? Ito po kasi yung laman talaga ng iyong artikulo na isinulat. Unang-una sa lahat, kapag nakitaan ka ng bala sa inyong bag, ano yung dapat mong gawin?
The first thing that you should do is, if you can summon a witness to your side, that would help your case. And the law, Section 12 of the Bill of Rights, allows you to ultimately request for the presence of a lawyer. If you're under custodial investigation, the lawyer would help guide you, say the right thing, and they cannot coerce you to make an admission. An admission without the presence of the lawyer is not valid.
Okay.
It is the right of against self-incrimination.
Okay, pero sabi nyo, maghintay muna ng abogado, ibig sabihin, pwede ring wag munang pabuksan yung bag kung saan nakitaan ng bala hanggat hindi dumarating yung abogado?
In this case, you might delay a little bit, but if you do not have a lawyer at the moment, if you cannot even call one, then you can request for the supervisor to be present or at least a witness. It is not absolute that the lawyer must be there because at that point, you're not yet incarcerated.
Alright. Kung sakasakali po na bigla kang dinetain, posible ba yun? Halimbawa, i-detain ka lang dahil nakitaan ka ng bala. Natural SOP ba yun or natural process ba yun na i-detain ka na lang bigla?
If the evidence is quite strong, yes, they have the right to detain you. But if they have absolutely no legal ground, you can question that.
And paano ang dapat mong sabihin kapag halimbawa ini-insist nila na nakitaan ka ng bala kailangan naming i-detain kayo, kailangan namin kayong ikulong muna pansamantala. Paano mo siya sasagutin, lalo na kapag halimbawa hindi pa dumadating ang iyong abogado?
Apa. So if that were the case, the law has a certain requirement. Within a certain period of time, they have to bring you to the judge to charge you. If they do not charge you, they have to let you go, or they will be in violation of a certain provision under the RPC, which carries very hefty fines as well. So we have heard of cases where sometimes you would be detained indefinitely for a long period of time. That is not permitted by the law.
Hanggang ano yung maximum na hours or days na maaari kang i-detain?
If I recall correctly, it is 12 hours for certain cases.
12 hours.
For the maximum for a crime punishable by reclusion perpetua within 24 hours, you should be presented before the judge.
Otherwise, you can file illegal detention against those who will detain you.
Yes.
Oo.
There is a certain waiver that you can write if you are waiting for a lawyer, but in this case, yes, about 12 hours is the time limit before they have to present you before the judge.
Kapag humingi ng pera o sinabi sa'yo na kakasuhan ka
Apa.
kapag hindi ka nagbigay, ano ang paano mo sasagutin ito?
For starters, the individual who is facing incarceration, he should be aware that only the judge has the power to levy bail upon you. Bail cannot be suggested by a police officer, and all the more, a police officer cannot request a certain amount of money for exchange of your freedom. So this is already against the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, and it's can also be filed at the same time as arbitrary detention if he would use that as a threat against you to keep you in jail unless you pay, what, 500 or 5,000 pesos.
Pero ito po ba nga laglag bala operation or scam, talagang nangyayari po ba talaga ito sa paliparan na kayo bilang abogado at nakasulat na rin kayo ng mga artikulo tungkol dito? Sa pag-aaral po ba ninyo, talagang nangyayari itong laglag bala operation sa paliparan, hindi kaya sa iba pang mga lugar? Dahil kung titignan din kasi yung ibang mga balita, mostly, umaamin yung mga tao na dinadala nila yon dahil sa anting-anting or sa tingin nila ay panangga yun sa anumang kapahamakan. Pero sa pag-aaral po ba ninyo, again, back to the question, nangyayari po ba talaga ang laglag bala operations?
I cannot say without a doubt that this is happening as a source of a syndicated crime. There have been some individuals who are claiming that this is the case, but until more data comes to light and more charges are actually filed in court, I cannot make a comment on that.
Alright, balikan lang po natin yung kanina na finlash natin sa screen. Maaari lamang po bang pakibanggit yung itong mga tips natin kontra laglag bala para sa ating mga manunood, sa ating mga kapuso?
Okay, the first tip that I can offer is make yourself a target who is not easy to plant the bullet in. If you can, go with a bag that does not have any pockets. Follow what the others are doing, wrap it up in plastic. There are cases such as those known as Delcy, where you will not be able to penetrate the zipper lock. So that is another one, but it might be a little bit expensive. Now, if you are harassed and if you feel that they are insisting that you carry a bullet but you don't have one, before they open it, insist on a snapshot from the x-ray machine of the bag, the contents. And then before they proceed to open it, provide yourself a witness. Maybe they're travelers who are with you.
Okay.
Once that is done, have them open the bag and let them handle the bag. Do not touch anything inside because it might be the case that they want to have your fingerprints all over items that are placed inside.
Effective po ba talaga yung paglalagay ng mga plastic? Yan po yung nagiging parang trend ngayon eh.
It will be effective po because I have seen also some complaints, some videos where they would really push the bullet through the zipper. And if the bullet goes through, then you have a bullet inside. But if you wrapped it in plastic, I don't think tremendous force would be able to get the bullet within your bag.
Alright, thank you so much for all those helpful tips. At talagang I'm sure kapag ginawa yun ng ating mga manonood, ng ating mga kapuso, makakaiwas na sila doon sa posibleng pagiging target ng laglag bala scam, kung meron man. Maraming pong salamat sa
It was a
inyong
pleasure po.
pagdalaw sa amin. Muli po mga kapuso, si Attorney Joseph Plazo.